This is KDTV. My name is Cristobal President of the BBA, and today I'm joined by CEO, co-founder and entrepreneur Fredrik Thomassen. Welcome.
Thank you very much, nice to meet you.
Right, so as a graduate student from LSE, how did you picture your future?
When I was at the LSE, I was determined to do a PhD in economics.
Okay.
And then I just threw out some applications here and there, and most people rejected me, but for some reason I got a job in McKinsey here in Oslo, and after talking to the partners for some time back and forth, I was convinced to just try it out for a year, save some money, and then go to graduate school. And then it turned out to be a lot more fun than I had expected.
Fantastic. Well, staying on McKinsey, you had the job that many students would die for. Why did you quit it to move to Indonesia?
So I think after 2.5, 3 years in McKinsey, you've learned most of the important things that you can learn as a consultant. I never really had any ambition to stay on to become a partner. Over time you start more sort of selling projects rather than solving the projects, and I wanted to be part of building something and trying out being an entrepreneur. Got a great opportunity in Indonesia running an e-commerce company there, and never looked back.
Fantastic. Well, what exactly does making career mean to you, and what do you regret not having done?
Regret. To begin with, I think a lot of people are talking a lot about finding your passion or whatever. I don't really have any sort of particular passions or things that I just set out to do or anything like that. I view the whole career thing more in the same way as you sort of view the lean startup movement. So to me, lean startup means to try lots of stuff and experiment, and most of the time you discover that your hypothesis about your own startup was wrong and you try something else. Mm-hmm. And maybe if you apply this to your own career, you try a lot of different stuff, and maybe when you're 35 you've figured out sort of the business model for yourself and you can execute on that for the rest of your life. But if you sort of start executing on something when you're 25 and you say, oh, I'm going to be like a finance guy, or I'm going to be a doctor or whatever for the rest of my life, I think a lot of people will end up somewhat disappointed. And to me it's been just super important to try lots of different things out and figure out mostly what I'm good at rather than what I'm passionate about. And if I'm figuring out what I'm good at, I'm hoping that over time I will develop some kind of passion for it, because I fundamentally believe that passion comes from being good at something.
Fantastic, that's a great way to sum it up. Now, staying on your startup, can you tell us a little about it and what the idea behind it is?
Yeah, so now I've done e-commerce for a couple of years. Before e-commerce changed the way we do retail by shifting it to the internet. Internet changed the way we do digital. You had Napster and you had Pirate Bay, and all the digital content came online, then products came online, and now I fundamentally believe that labor will come online, and therefore I'm pursuing a couple of startup ideas in the labor space. One is this great sweater, which is startupmatcher.com. It's so far just a free service for startups in Norway, where you can put your startup job and your startup CV. We're now the largest collection of startup jobs in Norway. We've collected everything in one place. Mm-hmm. Then the other company is called Consus. We're a virtual back office. It's kind of the same solution that McKinsey offered all of its consultants. You could send stuff at 11 o'clock to people sitting in India or Philippines and other places in the world, and they will help you, polish your PowerPoint presentation or fix your Excel or whatever it might be. And we've built that service up for any small, medium-sized company in Norway, be that a small consultancy, a law firm, or a digital agency. Because they, of course, if you have 50 employees in Oslo, you don't really have the capabilities to set that up yourself in India.
All right, so quality outsourcing. Remaining on the topic, how important is internationalism to your company, Startup Matcher?
to both Startup Matcher and Consus, the fundamental idea again is that this will, I mean, that there is a global talent pool and that there is huge global mismatch. When you have laws and regulation and people's unwillingness to move, sort of limiting labor market flexibility and labor market movements, the internet is and technology is one of the few ways of increasing global labor market matching and reducing the mismatch between salaries in the emerging world and the developed world. And both of these models aims to solve these problems of labor market mismatch and arbitrage.
Fantastic. Well, this finalizes our interview. Thank you very much for having joined us. And next up is the principal of BI. This is KDTV.